broadcast. Descriptions or accounts of this show without the express written consent of the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues Incorporated is prohibited. On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Welcome to the PCSRA Paddock Pass Show. We're glad that you're here to start a new journey of the PCSRA as the chase for the 2021 championships begin. Welcome to the PCSRA Paddock Pass on the PCSRA Radio Network as we get ready to bring you all the racing for the 2021 season. Today's broadcast has been brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic Drive-Ins, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage all of you fans that together we can end DUI. Now, for the greatest show on earth from today's episode of the PCSRA Paddock Pass from Yukon, Oklahoma, here's the voice of the PCSRA, Daniel Voiles. And hello and good morning / afternoon on the East Coast, and welcome here to Triple P as the PCSRA is on the air on the PCSRA Radio Network, telecast presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Daniel Voiles here in outdoors, Yukon, Oklahoma. The weather looks marvelous. Temperatures in the 60s, even though it's windy, or actually near 60 today. It is 57 degrees, sunny skies. Winds blowing southwest at 13 miles an hour with a 20% humidity. So the weather looks nice and good for today's episode of the PCSRA Paddock Pass Show. Sorry if I can't see the chat because of the fact the sun's glaring, so I can't read what you guys are saying in the chat. So I do apologize about that. It is out of my control. So just FYI, because we're doing this at like almost lunchtime, noon to be exact, nearly. So before I welcome the panelists for today's episode of the Paddock Pass, I have a few announcements I would like to make. First off, this one's the big one that nobody saw coming. Stay tuned for this awesome show as we'll have our special trivia question that has something to do with PCS related. If you get that right, you probably have a good chance to meet me at Texas Motor Speedway either this June or this October for a NASCAR race weekend. I'll discuss more details and all that when that time comes around, but it is really an interesting opportunity because my roommate wants me to go see NASCAR weekend at Texas Motor Speedway, which is only about a 2-hour drive from Yukon to Texas Motor Speedway and back, so I don't need to have a hotel room, so. But at least that's good, to tell you the truth. So, with that being said, in the awesome way, I'm going to go ahead and begin as who is in the Not now. Let's wait to hold off predictions, because if you're going to do it on the show, it would be better to do it on the show. So, alright, and I didn't ping everybody. Alright, so I had to delete that because somebody tried to jump the gun, and that's interesting. So, anyway, with that being said, let's go ahead and welcome the only panelist, or say good morning to the only panelist, which would be Nathan Orman, as he's currently deaf, and I think he just woke up because it's about 9:53, almost 10 o'clock his time, so he probably was awake, unless he... What? Yes, good morning. Yeah. So, I hope everybody's looking forward to interesting stuff. By the way, just get this out of the way. I'm drinking Shasta that I'm not sharing because I have 3 cans of these. So, anyway, today's agenda for the PCSRA Paddock Pass show, or Triple P we like to say, we're going to recap the first global weekend. Can you believe that? First global weekend. They are, do not help me, Saudi Arabia, Bathurst, and Homestead. We'll get our panelists' thoughts on that. We'll take you through the news and notes around the NR report as I'm getting interrupted because I didn't want somebody to interrupt me on my show. Jeez. Shaking my head. Anyway. Yeah, let's see how many interruptions I'm gonna rack up today with people just trying to interrupt me right in the middle of the show. So, anyway. Yes, we'll get to the NR report, and then we'll look ahead to just Las Vegas because that's the only NASCAR weekend we have. And all that. Plus, we will give you a look at upcoming events and all that, yada, yada, yada. So that will be fun to watch. But before we get started, let me get this crap untangled. I have my earbuds tangled up with my charger. I don't know why. So, yeah, let me get that fixed before anyone judge me. Let me know down below in the comments section what track should I try after, if I end up doing this Texas deal, and hopefully it'll go with fans. Let me know what tracks you guys want me to do in the near future for NASCAR in the comments section. Hint, I've already been to Road America, so I wanted to go back to Road America to watch the IMSA races, is the plan, because I was there 2019, so. Yeah, let me first get this taken care of. Yes, I say hi to one person in the chat. I don't know who that one person is. Okay. Also, in the NR report, we'll have our Diva Series update, as they ran their practice yesterday, their combined practice for yesterday for the 78 drivers, because today is their dual races. Hold on, Orman, you're jumping the gun. I need you to take it down a notch. Let me bring this. Yeah, I was trying to explain. I mean, it looks like the freaking... Alright. Okay, now that little charger deal is not lagging like flipping God, let's go ahead and kick off the Paddock Pass show by recapping the... As now, here we go again with the chargers starting to act up. I really need to get me a new flipping charger. I need to get a new case, because it's already cracked my phone.
Shit, where did I do with the results? Do not help me, I can find it. Let's start with Formula E, because that's the first one. So the top 10 results in race 1. Nick DeFries, your winner. Congratulations to him. Eduardo Montero, 2nd. Mitch Evans, 3rd. Rene Rast, 4th. Pascal Verline, 5th. Oliver Rowland, 6th. Alexander Sims, 7th. Stoffel Van Dorn, 8th. Lucas Degrassi, 9th. Oliver Turvey completed your top 10. I'm trying to find race 2. Do not help me, I can find it. What did I do with race 2? I need to find the results for race 2, and for some reason I can't find it. Because normally I would be on motorsports.com telling you all of the blah 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 blah, but hell no, it wants to be up to me, so go figure. Alright, events. Oh, I heard there was a missile that was fired over the over near the town of Daya, and a house was damaged after the race. Nice, like that needs to be happening. Anyway, where is race number 2? Oh, here's race 2. Race 2 top 10 results. Robert Fringe got the win. Sergio Sete Camera 2nd. Sam Bird 3rd. Oliver Turvey 4th. Hey, the charger's working. Thank God for that. Tom Bloomquist 5th. Nico Mueller 6th. John Fern 7th. Sebastian Buemi 8th. Alex Lynn 9th, which I'll explain in a second what happened. And Antonio Felix da Costa, the reigning champion, completed top 10. Alex Lynn was involved in a frightening accident where he went over the top of somebody's car. It went upside down. He was taken to the hospital where he was later checked and released. So that's good news there in that regard. Yeah, they red flagged the race and they never restarted the race after that, is what Orme's trying to tell you. Well, I was looking at race 2. Oh, whatever. I mean, I'm just tired because I just forget away. Continuing on, moving over to the Bathurst weekend, which the race weekend was good. Top 10 results for that race weekend. SVG, Shane Van Gisberg won, which he actually swept the weekend. Chaz Monster finished 2nd in race 1. 3rd, Will Davidson. Mark Winterbottom 4th. 5th, Bryce Fullwood. 6th, Jack LeBlanc. 7th, Jamie Wincup. 8th was, do not help me, I can find it, James Courtney. 9th was David Reynolds. Top 10 was completed by Todd Hazelwood. SVG won race 2, as I said. Cameron Waters 2nd, Chaz Monster 3rd. 4th was, do not help me, Anton De Pascal finished 4th. 5th was Mark Winterbottom. Jamie Wincup 6th, Will Davidson 7th. 8th was Scott Pye. 9th, Andre Himgardner. And completing the top 10 was Nick Paracat. So, Global, I will say, was a fantastic weekend, and I'm going to definitely rate that a nice little 8 out of 10. What would you rate it, Orman, for Global? Yeah, but it's good to see Alex Lynn out of the car. Thank God for that freaking halo, because that almost looked like an IndyCar wreck at Toronto all over again, is what it looked like. So, then we go to the Xfinity Series race at Homestead for the Contender Boats 250. Did not watch because I had to work because of Tom and Jerry making sure you could slam. Yeah. Yes, I had to do that because why the heck not? Oh wow, voice crack. Voice crack out of nowhere, Voiles. GG, mate. But anyway. Yeah, that was a weird voice crack. But anyway. Orby said the race was interesting, so let's see how it went. First incident was the 99, as I got Cabin_real, thank you for the follow, on PS4. I got distracted because of the notification, because I'm hearing it in my headset. So anyway, where was I? Oh yes, first incident, getting back on topic here, Stephen Parsons spun coming off of turn number 4, didn't hit anything, he kept it going. Rest of stage 1 was calm and clean. That was won by AJ Allmendinger. Then, of course, Stephen Parsons had fluid coming off the back of the car, bringing out yellow. Rest of stage 2 was clean. That was won by Austin Cindric. Then Justin Allgaier and Riley Herbst got together on the back straightaway, caused some pretty significant damages to both cars. The 7 was sadly done for the day. The 98, I believe, continued on. Yes, he did. As my can is starting to fly over for some reason. It's really windy out here while I'm trying to do the show. So I'll just put the can right between my legs, so that way you don't have to hear that. Hold on. Sorry, I had to be quiet because the damn wind's starting to get annoying. But anyway. Where was I? Oh, yes. Then we had fluid coming from Colby Howard's number 15, which was proven to be a rear gear issue, so he was done for the night. And then the most controversy incident of the race, which everybody was bitching about on Twitter the other night. The 13 of David Starr cut a right front tire down. Noah Gragson ran the back of him. Noah Gragson called him a dip crap. Gragson was at fault, and then Carl Long was at fault for calling somebody a bad name, which he should be fine, which NASCAR's not going to do that, because NASCAR smacked Carl Long with a chainsaw. Then the most controversy incident, Brandon Jones got into AJ Allmendinger. Allmendinger did a half spin, saved it, but the yellow came out, which the fans started booing at NASCAR. NASCAR smacked all the fans with a chainsaw and booed back. And at the end of the day, it was Myatt Snyder who held off Brandon Jones, which I'll explain why in just a second, as he picks up his first career win in the Xfinity Series and has punched his ticket in the playoffs. Let me remind you, that's the son of Marty Snyder, the NBC pit reporter. So a great day for the Snyder family, if you ask me. After the race, Tyler Reddick originally finished second, but he failed post-race inspection because of the rear heights being way too low. So he would finish 40th, which it doesn't even matter to him because he's not running the Xfinity schedule because he's running for Cup. So there you go. So the top 10 results for the Xfinity race: Myatt Snyder, the winner; Brandon Jones, second; Daniel Hemrick, third; Jeff Burton, fourth; Austin Cindric, fifth; Justin Haley, sixth; Brett Moffitt, seventh; Ryan Sieg, eighth; Jeremy Clements, ninth; and Josh Berry completed the top 10. Josh Berry, by the way, was your highest rookie in that regard. Then we go... Hi, Sean. How are you doing, Sean? Then we go to the Cup Series race for the... What is it? The Dixie Vodka 400, I think it's called? Yeah. Did not watch because Tom and Jerry. Yeah. Yeah. Let me remind you, Tom and Jerry was so messy is why I had to go to work and have to clean up the Tom and Jerry. That's going to be in the quotes, Chad. Oh, who joined? Is that Cody? Yep. Ah, shit. Yeah, I had to sing that song because I can't get rid of the Tom and Jerry. Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Cody has a rare off day today is why he joined the VC, so there you go. But as we are getting back on topic, the Cup race for the Dixie Vodka 400. We had a competition yellow because NASCAR wanted a competition yellow to give teams a chance to change tires, so no big deal. First actual caution, James Davidson blew his engine and drop a crapload of fluid on track. He pulled his car behind the wall. Fortunately, he was done for the day, and that was a mechanical failure, I would point out. Stage 1 was won by Chris Buescher, which I was surprised the Roush cars really looked strong, to be honest with you guys, so. Then Corey LaJoie also had an engine failure as he dropped fluid on the back straightaway. Corey was done for the night. Stage 2 was won by William Byron. And then the only crash-related incident, Eric Almirola tried to fit into a hole where there wasn't one. Fortunately, he gets clipped by Ryan Blaney, takes both cars into the wall, does some pretty significant damage to both of their cars. I'd probably say it would be the spotter of the 10's fault because he was not clear, and I don't know why he was trying to fit a hole in there. But other than that, at the end of the day, William Byron gets his second Cup Series win of his career, his first on the season, and gives Rudy Fugle his first ever Cup win, and Hendrick Motorsports extends their winning streak to 36 consecutive seasons with at least a win between the organization. So the top 10 results for the Cup race: William Byron, the winner. Tyler Reddick gets to keep second this time. He finishes second, so close to his first career win. Martin Truex Jr., third. Kyle Larson, fourth. Kevin Harvick, fifth. How about Michael McDowell, P6? Okay, if you would have told me a few weeks ago, before the season started, Michael McDowell would have 3 straight top 10s to start the season, I would not believe you. But that's impressive by Michael McDowell. Ryan Newman, 7th. Kurt Busch, 8th. Alex Bowman, 9th. And Kyle Busch completed the top 10. Also, I didn't realize Kyle Busch was driving the Fudge Brownie car this week, so that's nice. Three races in, who would have predicted that? So I turned to Cody and Nathan Orman. What were your thoughts on Homestead? Orman, I'll start with you. Shy to go ahead, Cody. I'm sorry. Yeah. Definitely, I would agree with that. What would you guys rate the Homestead race? For me, because of Chevrolet sweeping the weekend, I'm going to say Xfinity, I'm going to give it a 7 because Ormy told me it was good racing, and I thought Homestead was going to be a board fest. Well, guess what? They proved me wrong. The Cup race, I'll also give it a 7. A solid 7. Wasn't as exciting, but it was solid. What about you, Orman? I don't think Cody watched the Cup race, because I think Cody was, what, on his way back to college, I think. Wow, that's surprising. And then you went back to college. Race weekend as a whole. Yeah. Yep. Oh, a little disclaimer, Sean. You better not look at what I sent you in your DM. Your friends want to come say hi to you. Or he's like, oh, it's Elmo. Elmer! And Kermit. I just sounded like Sean Hart there for a second. Sorry, Sean! Alright, so let's get right into the top story news. If you just noticed on the 7-time reigning world champions, the Mercedes, what is my thought on the car? Let's see. It's black, number one. There's some teal on the car. Here's where I noticed a little difference compared. You look at where the engine cover is. It's like black and silver. It's almost like, what is it? Help me out, Orman. Yeah, it's got silver and black and red with the numbers. It looks really interesting compared to, last season's car. Formerly known as Renault. They're going with an all-blue scheme. Something I'm not sad to see the yellow scheme gone, but hey, at least it looks nice. The blue, red, white, and blue, like the French deal. That's what the car looks like. I really think Alpine looks pretty good, if you ask me. Especially they copied off made the colors try to look like France, so it looks nice. Oh, I'm guessing I didn't say the R word. It's the where I did that little copy off when I said Elmer. Yeah, that part. But yeah. Next topic to discuss. Here's a a shocker that nobody saw coming. Grant Enfinger will be joining CR7 Motorsports at Las Vegas. What's your thoughts about that? Because that's really interesting. He's joining a team that's not Thor Sport. I bet Cody's like, well, I'm so shocked because that is not kind of rare thing for Grant Enfinger to do. No, I was trying to give you your thoughts on it. You know, I was trying to help you on how your reaction is. I'm gonna yell at you after the show. No, yell at my son Blue Jr. He's the one that said the R word a bunch of times in my room last night. Yeah. I don't think anybody had that on their bingo card. Okay, Notepad, I'm about to smack you in a minute. Okay, phone, that was not what I want you to do, you derping grandpa. No, what I was trying to do, Cody, is I was trying to copy the driver to win yada 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 for the deal, and it keeps sending me Elmer for no reason. So I had to go smack it with a chainsaw. There. That's what I want you to do, phone, you derping hippopotamus. Yes, back on topics. No, I'm gonna yell at you because of my DM. Oh, come on, I had to get your friends to come say hi to you. You did the same thing to me, because we're doing it because we're awesome, so. Alright, let me do this real quick. The picture is really not where I needed to have it. Okay, I'm hitting the wrong button. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm working on my TV. Let's talk about the first 3 races of this season so far. So far, who has been the biggest surprise this season? Across, so far in the Xfinity and also in Cup. I'm gonna start with Ormy if he's still here. And also we'll have biggest surprise, or biggest, yeah. The big disappointment for Xfinity. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Alright, Cody Smart, what about you? Biggest surprise, biggest disappointment in Xfinity Cup so far? Yes, I'm outside, Sean, by the way. Sorry to cut you off, Cody. Continue. Mm-hmm. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, definitely. And Cup. Do what? Okay. Yeah. Can I say something real quick before I get to my deal? I think somebody's gonna say a two-word phrase in about a minute, because I'm about to say, oh, trouble. Oh, we got a car in the wall here in Xfinity practice, and it's the 15 of Gene Paul making his Xfinity debut. I'm serious. I was looking at the Xfinity points, and they have Gene Paul on the points deal. Excuse me? Excuse me? When did Gene Paul decide to join the Xfinity series? Oh my god. I'm serious. Look at the points. Look at the points in your DM, guys. I'll put the link in your DM. Look at the points and tell me what's wrong with that. When did Gene Paul join the NASCAR Xfinity series, for God's sakes? It doesn't say, but if you look at the points, it says Gene Paul on there. Bruh. I looked it up like, excuse me? But wait, that's not all. We have Stan Mullis on the list. Excuse me? So you're telling me that Gene Paul, Stan Mullis are going to make their debuts in Xfinity later is what they're telling me. Oh my god. I didn't know Agata was going Xfinity racing. I didn't know that, to be honest with you. In fact, I was looking at the Cup Series, and they said Drew Herring could make his Cup debut. I'm like, bruh. I know, right? Yeah, I just want to point that out before I even do my deals. Like, did you notice that? I'm like, yeah. Since when did Gene Paul and Stan Mullis put their names in the Xfinity Series for Rookie of the Year? GG. Alright, so for me, for Xfinity, my big surprise. How about Kyle Weatherman, 13th in the points? He is only, he's actually tied for 12th in the points with Landon Castle as far as that's concerned. That's my big surprise. My big disappointment, I'm going to go with Justin Allgaier in Xfinity. I don't think anybody predicted Justin Allgaier to have a pretty bad start to the season. For Cup, the big surprise, I'm going to have to say... I'm going to say Ryan Preece is still the big surprise. An open car, and he's in the playoff grid 3 races in. Who would have predicted that before the season? Really, he's really a good kid. The big disappointment, I'm going to have to agree with Cody Smart. I'm going to have to say Matt DiBenedetto has been the biggest disappointment. I did not expect Matt DiBenedetto being 34th in points, and here's the insult. He's getting beat by goddamn 3 drivers from Rick Ware Racing. Explain that shit to me. I know, right? Cody's like, oh my god, I'm so shocked. I saw that one coming a second away, so. Alright. Yep. From Bob Pockris, Derek Carr for the Las Vegas Raiders. It will give the command to start engines. So that's good news. Let me see. I think that's it for the top story news as far as that is concerned. Jordan Anderson, I want to get to this little discussion. Jordan Anderson might have just picked up a sponsorship because I saw a tweet from him last night, that he's been talking to Marcus Lemonis at 1 a.m. this morning about Camping World sponsoring the number 3 truck for a race in the truck series. How nice would that be? It says 15,000 for a wrapped truck, 15K turns to 25 with the top 10, 35 with the top 5, and if you win the race with Camping World as a sponsor, you get a nice little 50 grand. I would like to see that be a part. Wouldn't that be nice for Jordan? Since that would be interesting. So, let me think. What else? Bubba Wallace is running the Columbia scheme this week. Kind of looks like Dale Jr.'s Time Warner Cable scheme from back in the day. So, oh, I forgot to tell you all this. We're gonna go before we look ahead to Vegas. It is time for a tradition. It's time for my little segment we like to do here on Triple P, and that is called This Day in History. Who will remember this day in history? Let me get to March 2nd. Today is March 2nd. Let's try to find some racing discussions, shall we? For this day in history. If I can find anything. Today is, like I said, the 2nd of March. On this day, if I can find, is there any racing? Oh, here it is. On this day in 1997, which I don't know if anybody was, I was the only one that was born, Michael Andretti won at Homestead in a Swift chassis, marking the first Champ Car victory in American-built chassis since 1983, first ever Champ Car start for the Swift. Interesting there. On this day, if I can find, on this day in 2012, Major League Baseball confirmed the postseason will be expanded from 8 to 10 teams with an extra wildcard team in each league. There you go. On this day in 1992, American swimmer Anita Hall breaks the 200-meter breaststroke world record twice in the one day at the U.S. Swimming Championships in Indianapolis, which I didn't know that. No, it's not a roast. Oh, I thought he was stuck. I thought he was gonna kill me. I was like, wait, I didn't do anything. So, on this day in 1988, the Flaming Basketball is adopted as NBA franchise Miami Heat's official logo from over 13,000 entries. Mark Henderson submits the winning entry to what it is now. That's pretty cool. On this day in 1972, American jockey Bill Shoemaker wins his record 555th stakes race aboard Royal Owl in the San Jacinto Stakes at Santa Anita. Wow. I didn't know he won 555 races as a jockey. Damn. He's got more wins than Lewis Hamilton. Shit. God damn. Nobody's gonna ever get to 500 wins. So that is today's This Day in History on the channel. So let's look at Las Vegas. You know, with the same package, what we saw at Homestead, you know, was typical. Do you think we're going to see that same racing we saw at Homestead last week carry over this weekend at Viva Las Vegas? What about you, Cody? Yeah, preview in Vegas. Yep. Yeah. Real quickly before I get my thoughts, Brad Keselowski, who's doing a tire test at Coda, said the back straightaway, like when you come out of turn 10, get ready to go to turn 11, they're topping out 185 miles an hour down that back straightaway, the fastest part of the track. Oh, we'll definitely see a lot of wheel hopping when we get to that race weekend in May. So, should be interesting to see how this race is going to go at Vegas. By the way, real quickly, I want to say happy birthday to the legendary Dr. Seuss. Today is his birthday. Even though he's dead, but yeah. Okay, I'm going to just say this. Strange to see Kyle Busch having a scheme that's not M&M's, to be honest with you. I've never heard of Ether's M chocolates, to be honest with you. But it looks like chocolate is good for us. Alright, with that said, it is time. Now, before we get to predictions, I need to throw a little disclaimer to everyone when we get to the points, and I'll explain it in just a second. So, it is predictions. You all know the drill. Driver to win, driver stay away from, and dark horse. Now, before we get to the predictions, there's a little note I need to pass along as far as the points are concerned for the NASCAR standings. Last season, I implemented a rule stating that if any races, whether it's NASCAR or Global, that gets canceled and does not get rescheduled, the points from that weekend will be given to everybody in either category, and that will count for their score, and they'll get an automatic bonus point. So, just want to let you all know on that little deal, as far as that's concerned. Because let me find the points. Do not help me, I can find it. The points before the change, if I can find it, unless Orman already. Oh, okay. So the points before the announcement of me giving 3 points. Yours truly had the lead over Kyle Langland. Brendan Rogers and Cody were tied for 3rd. Taylor and Goforth 5th. Nathan Orman, Great Lakes were tied for 7th. Q-Man rounds out the field at 3. So here's the first. Let me give you the global standings, because we have a good fight in the global standings as far as the points are concerned. Leaving, there are no global points this week, so you know the drill. Cody Smart and Nathan Orman are tied, shockingly enough. And they have a 1-point lead over yours truly at 9. Zachary Taylor's in 4th place at 6. This time last season, he was in dead last, so that's impressive. Cody, Goforth, Brendan Rogers round out with only 3 points in the bank. As I'm seeing why somebody pinged me in a different server. The NASCAR standings entering Las Vegas. Yours truly, yes, yours truly has the lead by 1 point over Kyle Langland, a 2-point gap on Cody Smart and Brendan Rogers, who have 11 points each, 3 points over Zachary Taylor and Cody Goforth, 5 points over Great Lakes Nathan Orman, and 7 points ahead of Quentin Moore. The points are just getting tighter and tighter as we go. So, it is 1 point per category. Yes, 1 point apiece, so the most you can get is 9 points on the awesome scale. Yep. Remember this rule. Harder picks, folks. Harder picks. Alright. Yep. Yes. By the way, I forgot to mention, before we start predictions, we had no injury updates on the Mercy Orthopedics injury report. Just want to pass that along to you all. Slowed down by an orthoritis, broken bone, or a sports injury, count on Mercy to help restore your orthopedic life. Call Mercy Orthopedics today. Mercy and the PCSRA, a wonderful partnership for a decade. Nathan Orman, you will kick off the predictions. For trucks, Austin Hill. Driver, stay away from. Alright. Yeah, Kyle Busch is in the truck race, just so you all know. Dark Horse. Christian Eckes. Interesting. Xfinity. Okay, says Cody. Alright, driver stay away from. Ooh. Joe Graff Jr., huh? Interesting. Ooh, that pleases Elijah. Oh, Cody will be happy who I'm picking for driver to win. Oh! Damn! Alright, Mr. Cody, you're up. I'm Cody, the greatest empire! Cody, that's a compliment. You are the greatest empire in the world. You have the permission to smack knockload David Gene Heller, Cody Smart. Oh. Here. Oh, that's blurry, Orman. That's blurry. No, I'm saying the pictures are blurry is what I'm saying. Here, I got it. There you go. That should be much better, Cody. Yeah, that's much better. I saw that coming. Gaming Lord, how are you? Driver, stay away from him. Wait, who's the driver stay away from for you? Wait, who did he pick? Oh, Chris Wright. Okay. Yes, it is. Chandler Smith is the dark horse, okay. Alright. What? Wait, what? Yeah, 7731 and the 03 are D&Qs. Austin Cindric. The driver to stay away from? Wait, who is it? Greg Goulding? I think he could, if he really proves you wrong as far as good results, then that will be interesting. Wait till you hear my picks. Before we get to your cup picks, Danny Kvyat has joined Alpine for as a reserve driver. Hi, Roadrunner. I bet I'm shocked to hear that. Okay, for your cup picks, Cody. I saw that. No, I saw that and I just ignored it and I didn't want to say a word, so CJ's being creepy behind me. Sorry to cut you off, Orman. He did that weird looking face, look like Tom and Jerry. I'm like, bruh. But anyway, here's your winner, Cody. Damn! Mm-hmm. Shocker! Wait, who did he pick? As usual. Dark Horse. Wait till you hear my predictions. This is gonna be fun. Alright. Okay. For me, I think a lot of you guys are going to look at me and go, wow, I cannot believe he made that prediction. In my opinion, I think when you see how good this driver is, as far as how he's doing in the points, it's really important to see, you know, how this is going to go. For my driver to win, when you talk about how good he did on the mile and a halfs last year, it tells me you really need to pick him in a good way. I'm going to say Sheldon Creed is the driver to win. Driver stay away from, I feel like when we talk about Vegas, we talk about how last year that I took a rookie driver and it paid off because, Derek Kraus, being there in his first year, I think I'm going to keep that trend going in the way that, I don't know if I want to keep that trend going either way, but I think we all know how disappointed this is going to be. I'm going to say Chase Purdy is the driver to stay away from. The dark horse, I feel like giving this driver a chance because, this is the first time he's ever raced in the Truck Series, and his team is also making his truck debut. I am taking defending ARCA champion Brett Holmes as the dark horse. Yep. Xfinity. I feel like this driver really is going to go back-to-back because I think he's going to be the Austin Cindric on a 1.5 miles. I'm taking Myatt Snider's driver to win. Driver stay away from, I feel like when you talk about how disappointing it's been for Junior Motorsports, I just feel like it could be the same morale, and the 8 car for me has not been good so far lately in this regard. I'm going to have to say Josh Berry is the driver to stay away from. The dark horse, I feel like his momentum streak is going to be something important before he moves up to Cup. I'm taking Austin Cindric as the dark horse. For Cup. For me, Eric Estep brought a good point. This could be the day I could see Hendrick Motorsports, be dominant on the 1.5 miles. William Byron did a phenomenal job at Homestead Miami Speedway. I'm going to say his teammate, Chase Elliott, will do the same. I'm taking Chase Elliott as driver to win. Drivers stay away from, I feel like this is a really, really nick and pick, and I feel like this is why I don't want to pick him, but unfortunately I have to say, with how bad of a start he's had this season, it has not been very good. I'm going to say Ryan Blaney is the driver to stay away from. Hey, just be glad I did not pick Brad Keselowski, okay? The dark horse, I feel like he's really showed a lot of speed. RCR's really been good, and I feel like one of these days he's going to get his first career win. I'm taking Tyler Reddick as the dark horse. Yep, that is our predictions so far. Before we get to our other news and notes, or final thoughts from our panelists, let's get you a look at this week's upcoming events, brought to you by Kim K Coach Lines, the official motor coach carrier of the PCSRA. Visit kimkcoach.com for more details. The NASCAR Pit Stop Show Friday, I think Friday or Thursday, depending when Elijah does the show. It'll be up Friday, time to be announced, so it'll be interesting to see how that goes. Don't forget the truck race will be Friday night at, I want to say 9 p.m. Eastern time, if I'm correct. I think so. I could be wrong. But, do what? Yes. I think it's 9 p.m. Eastern. Let me check. It's probably 9 p.m. Yeah, it says, so I was right. Okay, so 9 p.m. Eastern time, so should be a fun one, so, yeah. That's a look at this week's upcoming events, brought to you by Kim K Coach Lines, the official motor coach carrier of the PCSRA. Visit kimkcoach.com for more details. As far as looking at this week's upcoming PCSRA awesome events, Thursday is Inside PCSRA we'll have our awesome expert panelists, Nathan Orman, Zachary Taylor, Cody Smart, hopefully. If not, we'll have Sean Art fill in for Cody Smart. We'll talk about the recapping of the Michigan race weekend. Get into our awesome news and notes. We'll have Roadrunner in the hot seat. Talk about his first couple of starts so far. We'll give you a Diva update on the dual races, because that's what's coming up next. When we are done here, is we will go straight to Coca-Cola for the radio broadcast, and should be fun. Next week we'll be back here on Tuesday for recapping Las Vegas, previewing Phoenix, and also the IMSA podcast will be back in a couple of weeks from now. So that's a look at this week's upcoming PCSRA awesome events, brought to you by Subway Eat Fresh, proud sponsor Chloe Bumgarner, and the number 84. Alright guys, I'm going to go because I'm going to go get some food, but I'll be back later to start a VC for the duels. So, yeah. One last thing before I sign off here on YouTube and get ready to do the duels with Sean. The duels for the Diva series. I'm really looking forward to probably getting tickets. I'm probably going to go to the Xfinity race on Sunday. I'm going to try to get. I'm going to try to leave. If I end up getting an off day on Sunday, I'll probably get tickets, or if somebody's giving up tickets, send them to me. That way I can go to Texas Motor Speedway in June, which will be Sunday, which is the Xfinity race. So, should be fun, and it will be exciting so far. The Oklahoma Highway Safety Office is a proud partner of the PCSRA and wants to remind all of our friends that drinking and driving is deadly and illegal. Together we can end DUI. Visit enduiok.com for more details. One last thing before we sign off. As this month is a special, we are doing the countdown to International Women's Day. All PCSRA female drivers will be wearing pink shirts with the International Women's Day logo and the PCSRA to honor the special event that is happening in France every year. And it's like a special inspirational day for the people, especially in France, if you ask me. I want to thank Nathan Orman, Cody Smart. Also want to thank Zachary Taylor, Kyle Langland, Cody Goforth, Great Lakes, all of our good friends. Our statistician, Caleb Hobbs, producer and engineer, Zachary Fitzwater, Jackie Tang, Alex Hawkins, Dennis Stats Kelly, Tom Shores, and Daniel Anderson running the show for us back in our PCSRA Learfield studios in Oklahoma City. Final score, one final time in Stillwater last night. A disappointing loss in college basketball. It was Greg Rutz and the Cowboys 79, OU 75. Until Thursday for Inside PCSRA, this is Daniel Vold saying, Boomer Sooner, everybody.
On the PCSRA Sports Network from Learfield IMG College, PCSRA Paddock Pass has been brought to you by Budweiser, Love's Travel Stops, iHeartMedia, The Oklahoman, Newcastle Casino, Devon Energy, Sonic Drive-Ins, and by the Oklahoma Highway Safety Office, where we encourage all of you fans that together we can end DUI. Thanks for joining us for the PCSRA Paddock Pass Show. The preceding has been a Learfield IMG College presentation on the PCSRA Sports Network. Copyright 2021 by the National Association of Professional Racing Leagues and the Pacific Coast Sports Racing Association Incorporated.